For me, buying a property has always been a very emotional process. It's always been my dream to own a property in London. But over the years, you see London properties just shooting up, right? Coming to CSR, I realized that actually the numbers are fundamentally a lot more important. The numbers actually carry a much bigger weight. For a purely investment perspective, it makes more sense for me to buy the properties in Manchester and then take the returns and rent a nice place in London for my daughter. That was how my entire thought process changed. For example, the property that I bought in Manchester, I didn't even get to see it. It's basically based on numbers and reputation of the developer. So those factors essentially helped me to make my decision.
I think management, some of the things like, okay, you cannot keep the place clean. You have to go and collect rental. You have to find tenants, and then when you sell, you have to find lawyers. You have to. So all that to me is no. I don't want to do all that. So the promise you gave me is you will manage it until forever, right? So I say okay. Yeah.
I found two things that was very important. One is that you yourself has been an investor, an active investor. Therefore, you have experienced what you're talking about, good or bad. It has worked well for us. I've learned a bit more about the market. I've also learned that I do not need to be an expert myself, but I need to know experts.
But most of the time, before knowing what putting on an investor cap, mostly we were selecting something that what we really like instead of what can we do as an investor to make money from the property. The knowledge that you gain from watching your talk, your sharing, and the knowledge you pass on, I believe is so far is one of the best I've seen. Okay, and I will put it is more honest sharing and with a more what is so called like a relationship that we can get into the more things. It's definitely helpful.
Moving forwards, there are some steps I need to take in terms of some of those hacks that you provided. What I like about it is that there's an actual game plan that has shown to work. You see, there are steps that you do. It'll take you to another level, definitely. Yeah.
Refinancing any property can only work for a property with positive cash flow. So in order to get a property with positive cash flow consistently, we have to pick the right property. So knowing that 5 years later, I can take advantage of the capital appreciation of property and then refinance the property, and learning from Virata to actually use that money and pay the down payment for another property, and then and a few years later, do that same thing again and keep growing that money just from that one property. So I think that's quite interesting. We learn about math in school, to learn how to calculate money now. So if you're going to invest in properties, it's the same thing as investing in stock. If you don't know what you're getting in, you're going to get in trouble. So I think getting the right education, whether it's formal or informal, is very key. So joining the masterclass, I think, will benefit some of the investors, because you get to learn things that is not really taught anywhere. If you want something so really badly, you will definitely make time to join it.
Being able to tap onto your connections, the network that you've built through years. I know you have no reason to want to share that all with us, but you still do. I would recommend you guys to check it out.